Hey there, everybody. My name is Brittney Hall, and welcome to this week's episode of The Revenue Agency. I am going to talk about something I love. It's like near and dear to my heart. It's really what this whole business of the revenue agency was founded on. And it's really helping business owners gain clarity over their offers, their strategies, their concepts, and making more money in their business. That's what I love to help people do. So today we're breaking down just a little piece of basically everything I just said. We're going to just talk about your offer. There's a lot of people out there in the coaching space that they have so many skills. They're amazing people. They have wonderful hearts, and they really want to make an impact, but it's not really clear what they do. And so today's episode title is Your Offer Isn't the Problem, It's the Way You're Framing It. So, really, how to like unstick a great idea that isn't selling. So, how many of you out there have a business, a personal brand, and you're like, I know I can help people, but like, where are the people? Sometimes that's really challenging, right? It's like, how do I find these people? And the thing is you might be putting content out there. I see a lot of people putting out great reels, great videos, all this stuff. But then I go to their profile and I'm like, I don't really understand how they help people. That's a big problem. So that's a problem that we help people solve. And so today's episode, we're really just going to break that down is why isn't your offer selling and what to do with it? So I have three main points today that we're going to make and we're going to go through it. Are you ready? Let's buckle up. So the first thing is you might have a great idea, but you don't have a great offer. So I can't tell you how many times someone brings me an incredible idea, but they're stuck because they're like, well, my idea is not selling. And the truth is, the idea is the seed, but an offer is the container that makes it usable, sellable, and valuable to your audience. Okay. Here's what a great idea is. It's visionary, it's inspiring, it sounds great and like really exciting, and it might even be life changing. But if it doesn't solve a tangible problem or meet a real need in a clear, structured way, it's not going to convert. Okay. So a great offer, that's the packaging, the pricing, the positioning, like how you're positioning it in the marketplace, and the pathway that helps someone say, yes, this is for me. So, say if there's a coach out there that says, I help women build more confidence. Okay, that's a great idea. I love it. Now, how do you do it? Okay. Right? Crickets, right? It's like, And when you ask a lot of coaches, well, okay, well, what do you do? How are you going to help people build more confidence? A lot of times that's when they start spinning, 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 and they just give you like 5 minutes, and you're like, but now I'm even more confused. And that's really the problem, right? You don't know how you really help people. So, you need to know how you help them. What transformation are you helping them? So, what results are they getting? What's included? What's the price? And how do they know that it's for them? And I would add this thing on too, is I would say, what makes you, the coach, the best person to solve this person's problem? What sets you apart? What makes you different? So, the fact that you're a coach is not special. There's a thousands and thousands of people out there that call themselves a coach. But what is it about the way that you coach and the way that you connect with people and the way that you get them the result that helps these people transform? So you need to make sure that what you have is not just an idea. So, like going back to that example, I help women get more confidence, or I help people make more money. How do you help people make more money? So, for example, me, I help people make more money, but it's through clear strategies, offers, lead generators, and a great sales system. So we have an idea, we strategize it, we execute on it, we generate leads, we close the leads, the money comes into the company. It's very simple. And then we make sure that there's a system to support everything that's needed. So it has taken me years to figure out what I'm really good at and a lot of experiences, some good, some not so good, but it all helped me gain clarity to get to the place that I am now. So, just to recap, there's a big difference between a great idea and a great offer. Okay. So, moving on, and this really tag teams on it, but clarity matters more than complexity. So, I've said it a lot if you've been listening to my content. People overcomplicate what they do because they want to sound important. That's my personal belief. They want to sound important. They want to sound really professional, really like high level. But here's the thing is most people need things given to them at a third grade reading level. People are more distracted and more busy than they've ever been. So if they don't have a clear idea of what you do within a sentence or two, they're gone. You lose them. And it's really hard to recapture somebody's attention. So you need to make sure that it's really, really clear. And simplicity sells. The clearer the transformation and the outcome, the more confident somebody will feel saying yes, because they're like, oh no, I understand exactly what I'm doing. So, a really popular model that I use with our clients is we do a free masterclass to generate leads. We might run ads behind it, we might do organic, but this is a great value um, thing that you can do for people. Invite them to learn from you for an hour for free, and you give them just enough, right? And you give them some real value, but you can't really do that much with somebody in 1 hour, but you give them a taste. And then we upsell typically to a course or an in person event or to like the next thing. And what converts really well is when you're like, it's this many weeks, it's on this day, and here's the price. And people are like, awesome. I know exactly what it is. My least favorite offers, and you see them a lot, where they just stack, 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 stack. Like it's like, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this. And it's like, whoa, like that sounds like a lot of work. Like that's too much for my brain to handle. And I'm a very decisive person. I've spent a lot of money in coaching. I don't have to really be sold. It's like I'm like the perfect buyer. And so when somebody starts stacking all that stuff in it, I actually think you're going to attract a more insecure buyer because they're like, or a scarcity mindset person, because they're like, oh, okay, yeah, there's all that value. And the main thing wasn't really worth it. But now if I'm getting all these other things for free, then yeah. So I actually I don't really like that model. And as a buyer, I don't want it because it's too much. Like 3 things included is the max for me. So you do not need 17 modules, 3 bonuses, and a fancy name. You need a clear result, a clear path to get there. That's it. People just need to know, what am I paying for? What am I getting? Is this person going to show up for me? I'm in. Here's my credit card. That's what you want. So then the third thing that I'm going to talk about today is the role positioning and experience in conversation. So here's the part that nobody really wants to talk about. Pricing plays a huge role in how your offer is perceived. Higher doesn't always mean better. But if people don't know you yet, they might not trust you enough to buy something that's really high ticket. And when I think high ticket, I'm thinking close to $1,000. They might have really liked you, and that's enough to go a little bit further with you and spend like up to $500 with you. So that might be a really great next step from like something for free that you just spent some time with them. Your positioning matters, meaning, is this for beginners or is this for experts? Is it DIY? Is something done for you? Is the transformation urgent? Is it optional and more just like there's possibility here? Like, what is the person getting? Okay. And that's really important. What I found in the coaching space is people really like to know that you're going to show up for them and there's going to be like a contact person. That's always really valuable because they're like, but what if I have a question? Or what if I can't find my Zoom link? Or what if I don't get the email? Like having somebody that they can connect with and contact is a massive value. Okay. So that's really, really important. Um, yeah. And so just back again, just to kind of recap, if your brand's not very big yet, even if your value is huge, you got to kind of prove yourself in the marketplace a little bit. You got to grow your influence. You got to grow the results. And so you might have to price yourself a little bit lower in the beginning. That's not to say that you're not worth it, but there is a piece of that where you just kind of got to do the work in the beginning. I had a wedding planning business for 7 years. And I remember I was like, well, I've never done this before. So nobody would probably hire me for it. And this was just like, I had the instinct. And this was when I was like 23 years old. And I put out on Facebook, I'm going to coordinate 3 weddings for free. Like, hit me up. I'm booking them for the summer. And, anything that is an expense, you'll have to pay for, but my time is free. And I booked 3 weddings and man, I learned so much. They went great. And it was awesome. And that was the start of that business. And I went on to book a lot of weddings and that was really, really fun. So going back to this, the experience needs to be great for the customer as well. So say if you're hosting like a free webinar or whatever, from the landing page to the onboarding to the delivery, it affects whether people feel confident buying from you or not. Like, do you have a clunky landing page? Is there a confirmation? Do they get an email? Are they getting contacted by somebody from your company or by you? That's the other thing. Do not be too proud to reach out to these leads and say, hey, Like, I'm so pumped for you to come to my webinar, my masterclass. What are you showing up for? What do you want to learn from me? I'm honored. Like, do not have an ego so big that you want to act like there's more people working for you than what really works for you. Okay. So, you know, it's just, it needs, all of this stuff needs to make sense. You want to have a great customer experience. Okay. So that is huge. And that's something too, I want to say a lot of people want to know, well, what exactly should I do? And there's no 100% perfect proven thing. You get results and you can pivot and you can readjust for next time. And like I have a client we've done multiple master classes with, and some we thought through a lot and we had to pivot in the middle because our original method wasn't like, it just wasn't that, it didn't work out as well as we thought. And then we had stuff where we didn't spend as much money, our budget was lower, and we generated a ton of leads and had a great outcome. So there's really a lot to being open to changing your mind, being open to the pivot, and really like getting that feedback and readjusting for next time. Okay. So this has been fun. This is something that's so near and dear to my heart. And like I said, clarity is huge, because think about anytime you go to buy something, like what would make you spend money? Like confidence in the product, um, maybe time that you've spent with that brand so you trust them, a good price point. You know, it's like funny because there's some things that I'm super cheap about, so I must not value them very high. And then there's some stuff that I would spend a lot of money on because it's really valuable to me. So I think it's really just knowing your market, knowing your people, knowing your product, knowing your brand. And you're not going to be in the same place for forever. So if you are one of these people who are just kind of starting out and you're just kind of getting going and you're like, damn, am I ever going to make any money with this? Is anybody ever going to know who I am? Yes, they will. It's really important to stay consistent. So I would encourage you, show up on social media, show up as your full authentic self, keep putting stuff out there. Even if only one or two people come to your first masterclass, that's okay. Do it again, do another one, pivot, figure it out, figure out how to get in front of more people. That's the best thing that you can learn how to do, is get in front of more people. So I hope this was helpful. Just a quick little episode for you this week on not just having great ideas, but really creating great offers. Once again, my name is Brittney Hall, CEO and founder of The Revenue Agency. You can go ahead and check us out, therevenueagency.com, and you can go ahead and book a strategy call from there if you want to really get the strategies and systems in place to grow your business. We are definitely the people that can help you. So book a strategy call from therevenueagency.com, and we're excited to hear from you. Have a great day, guys.